Yo. Hey friends, what's going on? Oh man, who do we got here? Quantity, what's going on? Warhammer, you made it. What's up, some guy? Who else do we have? We got Rabbit Hole up in here. Howard Jen. Nice to see everybody. All right, I'm just getting my audio straightened up here. All right, so if y'all could do me a favor, just want to make sure you can hear the game audio. We all know that I don't, I don't stream that much. I just want to make sure things sound good. Sorry, just give me 1 second. I feel like I've made this joke before. It wouldn't be a DG stream if something didn't go wrong. I just got to fix my audio real quick, and then we're gonna roll. All right. Cool. All right, you can hear the game audio. Sweet. So it's cool to see everyone. Thanks for hopping in. I think I streamed almost 2 weeks ago. It's been a bit, but I'm trying to keep my promise. I mentioned that I'm going to try to stream a little bit more often. So I had some time today. It's snowing out. It's a little chilly. Not leaving the house, so I figured why not? Let's hang, right? Let's hang. Somebody had asked, who are we? Some guy. Why am I disappointed? I'm not. It's just a Dead Cells outfit reference. I'm actually not disappointed at all. So I'm actually in the middle of a run. So I was jamming a little bit, hour ago. I just paused. But I'm rocking a survival build. So some of you folks may know I usually don't play survival. It's just not my favorite, but I figured I'd give it a whirl just to kind of kick off the dust a bit. We got ourselves some Scythe Claws. We have ourselves Kill Rhythm. And we have Armadillo Pack with Rampart in the backpack. So as far as damage mitigation, with Rampart, once you pop it up here. Yeah, so once you parry a melee attack, you get shield for 2 seconds. So that's going to be some extra safety, especially if I'm leaving myself a little bit open here with the Scythe Claws. Kill Rhythm's going to help out for sure, but can't be too safe, right? Fixing audio. Hell yeah. Is Dead Cells my relax game? Sometimes. Every once in a while I'll throw on a low BC run. I'll do like a 0-1 BC to chill. Generally, if I really want to chill, I'll play Hades. I'll do a really low heat run, like 1 or 2 heat. Pick an aspect that I have jacked up and just chill. Just have some fun. Hey, Cold, you're back. What's up? Nice to see you. Glad you're here, man. Lurk and listen. Chill out. So Kill Rhythm. So it's the mutation on the right-hand side. It's the first one down right under the rampart. So when you have 2 weapons, either 2 weapons or a 2-handed weapon, when you alternate back and forth, the attacks come out faster. So Scythe Claw is generally a little bit slow, but you can kind of see here right as the wind-up happens. So right here, it's a little bit faster. So with stuff like this, heavy crossbow, ice crossbow, you could even use it off-color with 2 fast brutality weapons. It helps out. It gives you a little bit of extra speed. Yep. Rabbit in the background doing some sewing. Hell yeah. Enjoy. Warhammer just beat Hades. Excellent. So did you, when you say you just beat it, did you get to the end for the first time, or did you kind of get a little bit more story? Because once you beat the game, I think it's 9 or 10 times when you have that many successful runs, it will give you some extra stuff. But congratulations, Hades is sick. All right, so I got to figure out what my third mutation here is going to be. So I feel like I often take necromancy. It's mindless healing, kind of like keeps things topped up. I don't know if I want to take that. I feel like it's just been such a default for so long that I'd like to try something different. So I think I got a couple options here. So I could do Berserker, a little bit of damage mitigation. The other thing I could do here is what doesn't kill me, to have active healing. I guess it's kind of like half passive since I'll be using Rampart for the healing. I think I might do Berserker. I think I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Try something again. Kick off the rust with the survival stuff. I am not taking bank this early. I just want to vibe. I just want to vibe in the ossuary. Hey Tristan, nice to see you. Thanks for hanging out. More streams are definitely coming soon. Vids 50-50. I have some ideas. Not quite sure what I want to do or how I want to do it. I have an idea for a fun Dead Cells video, and I have a couple other ideas for non-Dead Cells videos, but I'm just kind of vibing. But this is, at least for the near future, going to be streaming a bit more here and there. Hoopnani, what's up? Glad to hear the channel and music inspiration. It's great to hear. Hell yeah. All right, so let's crank a little bit here. So I have some melees. What do I got? I got 2.5 ticks. So that's going to be enough for enemies to spawn. It's not going to be a lot of enemies because with 2 melees, they just kind of spawn in at your normal rate. It's a little tip. I don't know if I feel like a lot of people don't know about this, but if you go into the info section, not only does it tell you how long you've been playing, each level, what difficulty, the specifics of the difficulty, but if you scroll over here, it will give you more information about what each malaise option is. So as your malaise grows, you'll see these things change. I think with malaise level 3, it starts to spawn elites. Later on, enemies spawn around you will have a 2 next to it, so they spawn a little bit faster. So it'll be as it ticks up, if I remember. If it ticks up and as it ticks up, if I remember, I'll come back in here and we can take a look. Warhammer, you got to the end with a shield build. Hell yeah. I actually played a comfy run. Comfy-ish. I think it was like 6 heat earlier this morning with a shield build. So it's great. I feel like I don't use the shield that much. I prefer, it's funny, like the aspects I like. I really like Chiron on the bow. I think that's a great one. I enjoy, I feel like I'm an outlier. I really like Guan Yu on the spear. But I did Aspect of Chaos on the shield, which was a lot of fun today. So not sure if you've unlocked that yet, but it's a good one. It's a lot of fun. And the other thing I just want to mention real quick, it's getting cold over here. So where I am in the country, I'm in the U.S. It's starting to be winter. I was exposed to cold, dry air yesterday, so my throat's a little dry. I'm going to do my best to, keep it off the mic just in case I get to clear my throat or anything. But just want to let you folks know I'm going to do my best to keep the audio nice and clean. All right, so we're doing pretty good already. So this isn't not too bad. The kill rhythm, like we went through, like we talked about a little bit a few minutes ago. It's doing pretty well. It's doing pretty well. Again, I think it's only at like 22% at this point, but that's still, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. It's still great. And I think the other thing too, so I wanted to re-roll, I think it might have been my Death Orb. What was it here? I wanted to re-roll my Death Orb. I did not. I was just, started the stream within the middle of the run. So I forgot to do that. I wanted to re-roll the Death Orb because I don't love the Biter's Affix. I feel like sometimes it can cause more harm than good, just because enemies will target the biters, Inquisitors will target biters with their magic spells, so it can kind of break up the flow a little bit. So I don't love it. I'll if I still have Death Orb after this, I'm gonna roll it out. All right, Rabbit, I've deepened your enjoyment of Dead Cells. Favorite game? Hell yeah, that's awesome. Sword, what's up? I'm doing pretty good. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Also, Tetrix. Yep, happy to help out and help you folks get some wins. Hold your hand a bit along the journey. That's fantastic. Quantity, what BC do I play most often? So usually I play 5 BC. It's just sort of what I've gotten accustomed to over the years. I also, during my last stream, which was, like I said, it was like a couple weeks ago, I ended up unlocking the last of the outfits that I had. Another reason why I play 5BC was to get the quadruple cells, and also so that way I can get all those outfits. Like, some of them are, what are they? It's like 750 cells. It's pretty wild. So I like playing on the quadruple, on 5BC for the quadruple cells. I also really like 5BC endgame content. The extra biome's really fun, and you can't get there any other BC. So I like to rock that. Do I know how to use the rhythm weapon? Yeah, so rhythm and Bazooki. So I use it sometimes. There's some specific use cases of it. I really like taking it into the giant fight because the arc of where's my camera? The arc of the hit will hit both hands and also the eye at the same time. So I really like taking it there. The timing is tricky. So one of the things that I've heard from folks is that if you listen to, and I haven't tested this, so I'm not sure if it's legit. If you listen to the AC/DC song, I think it's Back in Black. The tempo of that song is the tempo that you need to use to hit the Bazooki. So again, I don't know if that's legit or not, and I haven't tested it myself, but I will say the timing on it is a little bit hard, and I don't take it a lot also because the way that it kind of plants you is a little bit tricky. It's a little bit tricky, but it's a very interesting weapon. But yeah, the timing's a little funky. I'm going to try to pronounce this. Abuflay. Hey, dude. Are the Sykes actually viable? Yeah, so they're decently viable. I feel like you do need a good setup. Again, I feel like kill rhythm is pretty much mandatory just to speed things up. Some kind of healing is good. Like we saw, I took Berserker instead for damage mitigation instead of healing. But I feel like healing's decent. Necro, what doesn't kill me if you have a shield in the backpack. Armadillo pack helps really well. And again, since I took the Rimpart in the backpack, I got myself a little bit of extra help. So the reason I didn't take that curse chest is because I do have a lot of melees. I wanted to get it down a little bit just to have enemies be kind of more of their normal-ish speed and to not teleport in as much. I'm doing like a quick look around here. I should be fine. Famous last words, I should be fine. So I'm going to grab that curse now. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping it'll be okay, because if we look... Yeah, so if we look at the map, we get this whole section here. So we'll have plenty of enemies. We get that whole section. Explorer's Instinct hasn't kicked. We get this whole section. So depending on how things look, I'll have a couple of options. Sword, excellent. Yeah, glad you saw the post there. Sweet. Wixard, what's up? Just vibing. Just vibing on a Saturday afternoon. Nice to see you. All right, so we're in protection mode here. All right, so I poked up here. So we got ourselves a couple of slashers here. I'm just gonna take a quick peek down in this area just to see. Again, just to kind of see. I'm gonna take it slow. Right? I'm gonna be a little bit more conservative. I just saw something spawn in off to the left. There it is. Right? So we'll do this. I'm gonna see if that runner comes up here. These guys are very fast. Where is he? Okay, so he's... Alright, so we got ourselves a little bit of a situation here. So There's no enemies on this section. Let's see if I can pop this guy off here. All right, good. I don't feel real confident. I don't feel super confident over there. So I'm gonna take a little peek closer up here. Again, I think we get a couple slashers, and I'm not sure if that shield bearer is gonna teleport up here. All right, so it looks like I'm out of range. So I am not gonna re-chat for a bit here until I clear this out. Just wanna, I would love for the run to continue. Imagine that. I just lose a run here, and I'm like, all right, everyone, take care. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming in. All right, can I get the parry here? Beautiful. I think we got another slashy here. I got my crit. Fantastic. What do I have here? Enemies. All right, so victims explode. So if I do this, do we have a little bit of explosion? Not really. All right, trouble. I'm gonna pull this dude over here. Oof. I did not like that. That was not smart. Gonna come down here with the death orb. We got ourselves bomber. All right, so we got, what do we got? We got one more. All right, we got one more. Got ourselves a scroll. A little bit of extra damage. And let's see, we got another couple paths here. Oh, there's that runner. All right, we're good. We're good. Tetrix, so it's my favorite biome. I have a couple. Like I mentioned a few minutes ago, I really like the 5BC spoiler biome. Also a big fan of ramparts. I feel like a lot of folks don't like ramparts, but that's one of my favorites. And I would say too, oops. If I would say too, I feel like I should also pick a DLC biome. If I had to pick a DLC biome, I would probably say Undying Shores. And I like that one because it's very unique. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. I think there might have been food on the map. I'm going to have to double check that. I like Undying Shores because of its enemy mechanic where it pulls enemies from other biomes. But yeah, that's the vibe for me. I think I'm going to double up with healing here. I'm going to grab this, and then I think I'm going to hit the food shop too. All right, let's be careful. Not taking Necro is coming back to bite me in the ass. All right, this will probably be the quickest. All right, just going to grab this grub. Let's see what we got. All right, 4,000. Oh my God, I'm like sitting on a pile of cash. I got $40,000 here. It's a lot. Sword, it's been a while since you pulled out Dead Cells. Yeah, give it a shot. Give it a shot, even if it's on lower BCs, just for fun. Why is 2B so much more difficult than 1BC? So, enemy scaling comes up. The weapons that you have. So, enemy, I'm pretty sure it's enemy health and enemy damage. So, when you go from 1BC to 2BC, that goes up. But the quality of your weapons does not. So, you're at more of a deficit. So, I feel like, especially early biomes are super tricky on 2BC. And in addition to, you only have one flask of healing after every biome. So in 1BC you get some fountains, but 2BC is only one flask. So I feel like that's the real first BC where you're at a deficit and things are noticeably harder. 1BC I feel like some people struggle a bit. For me it feels just like a similar to 0BC, but 2BC is the first real bump for me. So I feel like trying to say you're not alone. Yep, there you go, Sword, you're right. Up the forge. Quantity, how often do I take Curse Biome? So not super often. I feel like if it's earlier in the run, right? So if I'm not too worried about throwing a run, if that's what happened. So thinking about Toxic Sewers or Prom or something like that, I'll take it. Sometimes I'll take them a little bit later. If it's like a Cursed Cavern, I'll take that because then you have a higher item quality that you'll be able to get since Curse Biomes bump it up by 1. So normally you get a 12 in Cavern. If you take a Curse Biome, you would actually get a 13, or excuse me, a 14. So that's pretty nice. All right, what do we got here? Oof. Careful of the Spinies. Careful of the Spinies. All right, we got ourselves a Frantic Sword. So I think it's not conducive to kill rhythm. I'm going to switch up just for a moment here. I'm going to try to get some of my health back. Gonna do some good crits. And the other thing too is if I do take a curse biome, most of the time, again, unless it's super early in the run and I don't care, I'll take Damn Vigor as well. Sanctuary, Graveyard, and Sepulcher. Yeah, those are all sick. I feel like there's a lot of sick biomes in Dead Cells, even the quote-unquote normal ones. Yeah, Rabbit been stuck a bit. I feel you. Yep, that's legit. It's totally legit. It's interesting too, because Evil Empire, I forget which update it was, but they changed the BC scaling a little bit. So it actually used to be even worse trying to get through 2 BC. That doesn't take away, obviously, at all how challenging it can be. But I'm glad that you're experiencing it now instead of before, because it was even more brutal. All right, I gotta remember too, I don't have Armadillo pack right now. All right, we're good. Come down here, grab this last scroll. I still haven't cleared Malaise yet. I think... How many enemies do we have? Yeah, so I'm willing to bet once I clear out these 3 with the star, we'll get our Malaise cleared. And that also, so that could be a scroll, that could be a legendary. Let's see what we got. Alright. That's just a scroll. There we go. Alright, we'll take survival. Alright, cleared that out. I'm just going to look, even though the map is pretty much cleared. I just wanted to see if there was a secret or maybe a challenge rune in the floor. I like to explore every inch of the biome as much as I can, just in case. Just in case we get ourselves something sweet. This guy. Beautiful. Beautiful. And let me see what's up over here. Again, I think this is the last. Enemy. There might be one above me. And that's it. We're clear. So there's a lore room that's off to the side over here. Based on the position of this enemy, I think it's a Malaised automaton. I'm still going to kill it just in case. It's either an automaton or a scorpion, I would bet. Yep, there we go. Sweet. And then where's that lore room? Right here. So I think, if I'm looking at this correctly, I think this is a weapon lore room. Nope, it's not. There's a very similar shaped room where there's a weapon, like a rack of weapons that you can use to grab something. All right, so let's see the shop. So there's a weapon shop and a skill shop. I'm gonna check the weapon shop real quick here. So the Scythe Claws, pretty decent. I've had a decent time with them, but I would like to. I think I do want to shift. I'm not quite sure where I want to go with this. Alucard sword. Alucard sword. Alucard sword's great. I'm not doing bad. I did that for a while the last time I streamed. I think I might stick with Frantic Sword, maybe. Could also do... Ooh, Death Sight, that poisons. Let's give this a whirl. Is this a Mimic? No. Alright, so I'm going to switch it up. So we're not going to be doing the Kill Rhythm build anymore. I'm going to recycle the Scythe Claws, get a few bucks. Quantity, you've gotten to 5BC. Still can't beat it, though. It's quite alright. It's quite alright. 5BC it's a bit of a jump, especially once you start factoring in some of the later phases of Malaise can be a little bit tricky. Oh, and speaking of, like I was mentioning, let's go here. Yeah, so here's Malaise 4. So things have bumped up. Enemies are faster. They teleport quicker. They turn into elites. And then the spawning rate is increased. All right, we're going to go Concierge, too. I'm going to take it a little bit easy. Bren, sneaky streaming. Absolutely. Absolutely. What's up, man? I feel like this is fine. All right. All right. So what do I want to do here? I feel like I'm 50-50 here. So I'm gonna go back on what I said. I am gonna take Necro. I think what I might do is I might take Point Blank, since the Death Scythe ghosts are considered ranged. Yeah, let me do that. I'll take Point Blank, and then finally, damn, I don't know. Let's see, are there any other? Maybe I'll take Recovery. I feel like Recovery's sneaky good. Is there any use of ice-based ranged weapons? Yeah, for sure. I like Ice Bow. I feel like a lot of people don't love it. I enjoy it very much. The Ice Crossbow is quite good, especially in biomes. What else we got? Frost Blast is really good. No ammo. You can pair some of those with Frostbite. If you do use Ice Crossbow, your best bet for the Charge Shot or whatever it's called is to try to get plus 175 on frozen enemies. Does a lot of damage. Engineer, yeah, I think I am the guy who made the music. Nice to see you. I didn't grab the DG outfit. I like the black hole head, so I got the ninja one. I feel like that's the best thing. Was Berserker any good, Bren? It was fine. I had a little bit of trouble. I didn't take, you probably saw, I didn't take Necro or anything, so I took a couple of hits that weren't great using the Scythe Claws, even though I kill rhythm. So, but yeah, I feel like it did all right, but I probably should have taken Necro or what doesn't kill me instead. Oh, and I'm not doing good damage here at all. This might be a little bit slower fight than I would have wanted. That's the other. Oh, so I'm still getting crits here, so I forgot. So Frantic Sword, pause after he jumps. Shoo! It just made it through. Get that jump. All right. So Frantic Sword, I forgot. It does critical hits when you have more than 50% melees as well, so not just low health. And I got 6 here, so I'm doing some good crits. Ian, Calf, my boy, what's up, brother? If I could add something to the game, what would it be? This is going to sound completely irrelevant, but I would have loved to have seen a barrel outfit or head from the barrels in the distillery. Once you get Tesla Coil and Barrel Launcher, I feel like there's not a lot of reason to go back for folks who don't love it, but I think it'd be fun if there was a barrel head or like, you know, if you kill maybe if you kill 100 living barrels, you get the head, or, you know, the outfit's a rare drop or something. I would have loved to have seen that. And the other thing too, a little bit cheeky, I would have loved to have seen more care put into the game by Motion Twin after they pulled the plug. There's a lot of bugs, you know, like Bren, we were looking at that cursor bug from yesterday. There's just like a lot of tiny little sneaky scrappy things in here that would have been nice if they got fixed, but real answer is I would have loved the barrel head or barrel outfit. completely irrelevant, but it's the truth. Hey, Herlock, thanks for coming in. Yeah, right, Calf? Barrel outfit would be so fun. It'd be so sick. Give Distillery a little bit more love. Oh yeah, Brent, Distillery is way faster than Shipwreck. Shipwreck is huge. I feel like I talk about that. I feel like every time Shipwreck comes out, I talk about how big it is. But yeah, Distillery is sick if you want to do the Queen and the Sea ending. Why did they stop updating? Long story, but basically, Motion Twin, who owns Dead Cells. Do I take the door? Let's do it for the memes, right? Motion Twin decided to pull the plug on Dead Cells updates. So the game is done, but there's still a huge amount of content that's actually in the game. So Legendary Death Scythe was your first legendary? Warhammer, that's amazing. That's so sick. All right, so where do we want to go? So we get Stilt, Slumbering, and Fractured Shrines. I feel like I should go to Fractured Shrines because I don't go there, and I've made a lot of comments about how it's not... I don't know if overrated is the right word. I've made a lot of comments about how I don't love that biome, so I'm gonna force myself to go through here. Galaxian Queen has an outfit. All right, yeah. There's a good chance I'm gonna die here in the next 2 minutes, so if that happens, I will absolutely go back. I'm planning on doing another run after this one, regardless of whether it's successful or not. Oh Jesus, here we go. So I'm gonna do another run regardless of what happens here. So that's I'll do that outfit second time. If you're still here, just remind me. My memory is I'm gonna sound senile. My memory is not as great as it used to be, but all right. So here's the actually we're not at the curse yet. Here's the food shop. It's gonna be popping up down here, right? Oh, this is really funny. Alright, I don't need anything in the food shop. Alright, so we're coming up on the curse store here. So I do not take the curse immediately. Even though it's probably faster to do that, I like to scope out what's ahead of me first. Let me get this guy out of here so that way he doesn't cause any damage later. But just based on all the traps and everything, enemies, I do like to do this first. What do we got? A little bit of damage. It's okay. I took Necro here, so I'm not super worried. Alright, take care of these guys. Up. See ya. Alright. And then I think this is... Yeah, so again, gonna trigger these traps, gonna get rid of this. See? It's a good thing. It's a good thing I waited. That automaton could have caused some trouble. Kyle, yeah, I don't love using turrets with ice crossbow. It will interrupt some of them, you know, like the ones that do damage, sinew, heavy turret, etc. Wolf trap is good. However, make sure you don't get the affix that burns when the trap is destroyed, because that will spread along the floor, and that will also get rid of any frozen things that were here. No plans on Dead Cell sequels. However, Rogue Prince of Persia came out a few months ago. It hasn't been doing great sales-wise or stream-wise, but it's made by the folks who have been updating Dead Cells for the past like 4 years. So it's got a little bit of overlap. So I feel like if you're still itching, you should check that out. Yeah, that's right, Brennan. The curse spawn point sucks. It totally sucks. It's rough. Yeah, no mod. Yep, world map's been a thing for a while. Ian, thanks, man. I'm working on it. As you can see, I'm delaying big time here. Whew. Biters, yeah, biters are also not great for ice crossbow. Basically, anything like that that's going to do any sort of damage, I don't recommend. So, all right, so let's go back here. So I just want to make sure. So we triggered the trap, and as I'm coming over here, what do we have? Do we have any slicing? Nope, we don't. So I feel like as we make our way over here, I just need to be mindful of any melee spawns. Crusher. I don't know. I feel like I should just take stuff. I'm gonna take this over door. Door's funny, but it's not something that I'd like to use here. All right, so again, I'm gonna focus for a bit. Gonna make sure I avoid the traps. Gonna make sure I avoid the birds. I am not gonna run and slam like I usually do here. Right. We got ourselves some ghosts, so that will help. Right, and then take care of this. Sneaky. All right, we're good. All right. Again, ghost definitely helping out here. I gotta remember I do not have Armadillo Pack, but I do have Rampart, so I wasn't actually thinking about being able to use that. All right, we're good. We're fine. All right, we'll get some Crusher action in here. Get rid of this dude. Oof. Oh my God, this dude came out of nowhere. I wasn't even ready for it. I feel like he spawned a little bit faster than I expected, but that's totally fine. We can just sort of back and forth on him. He's slow. Boom. Got him. Yeah, Prince of Persia, the soundtrack's interesting. It's definitely different from Dead Cells. They have a different composer. I feel like the vibe for the I was gonna say the area, the setting. I feel like the vibe's pretty spot on. It does get a little repetitive for me every once in a while, but I feel like the vibe's super good. I haven't played Katana Zero. I've heard some good things. I think the closest I've gone to playing Katana Zero is using the what are they, the throwable objects. And I heard Hotline Miami was pretty sick too, but I haven't played that either. And yeah, I think, I feel like obviously being a Dead Cells channel or whatever you want to say, I'm going to stream Dead Cells more often than not, but I'll probably do some other stuff down the line. I love it. Let's take this over Death Orb. I love Scarecrow Sickles. Calf, it rips. All right. Let's see. Let me come down here so the timer stops. Is it a good idea to use Hunter Grenade in all the runs at 2BC? Yeah, if you're looking for more stuff, sure. I mean, the other thing you can do too is, since you have your plus filled up, which is excellent, you could also take it on 0BC. There's only a few 2BC exclusive enemies. I think it's Bombers, Oven Knights, so you'll be able to get a bunch of stuff on 0BC. Warhammer, you got to 5BC on your phone? That's out of control. Engineer, yeah, I have Hyper Light Drifter. I have it on Switch. I bought the limited edition when it first came out. It was a physical. Has the soundtrack. It's got like what does it have? It has like a decoder. It's got a decoder thing in there, so you can read all the runes. It's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. That soundtrack is fantastic too. It's done by this guy Disaster Piece, who did Fez. If anybody played Fez, and also. My favorite soundtrack from him is It Follows, that movie. He did that as well. But yeah, Hyper Light Drifter's a lot of fun. Also quite challenging, but I feel like it was part of that like flux of your initial indie games, right? Hollow Knight, Hyper Light, Celeste. I feel like they all came out in a good chunk. Do I have any pets? Yeah, my girlfriend's got 2 cats. I don't have them here where I live, but she's got 2 cats and they're amazing. Misericord? Absolutely not. Salt Shield? Maybe. Death Orb? Maybe. I don't know. Bren, you still here? What should I take? Definitely not going to take Misericord. I also could just not take none of these if I want to. I feel like I might take a Salt Shield. Yeah, the art in Hyper Light Drifter is fantastic. Yeah, I'm gonna do a Salt Shield. Get a little bit of extra movement here. As always, my runs are. This is a slow run. This is slow, but I feel like a Salt Shield might be helpful too for the iframes as you dash, but also knocking enemies off of cliffs. I feel like that might be fun. Let's see what we got. Like that. Oh yeah, that was definitely the right choice. I feel like also, because I've been playing a little bit slower, this is something else I find with survival builds. It takes a little time to clear things out. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna get the cough syrup from the shop. Yeah. Oh, and I just took Malay's food, so I'm definitely gonna grab that cough syrup. Yeah, Ian. Salt Shield movement. I love it. It's like when I don't use it, and then I do, I'd remember how absolutely sick it is. Yeah, Sword, Misericord is definitely unfinished. Kind of going back to the question, I can't remember who it was, sorry, but asking me if I would ever add anything to Dead Cells, and I mentioned some bug fixes. That's one of them. The other one, what is it called? Anathema, I think is how you pronounce it. That is also unfinished. I feel like with the right setup, they're not as bad. Unfortunately, it seems like taking the damned aspect is your best move. I'm not gonna eat that. because curses won't kill you. They'll just do double damage, and you do double damage. So I feel like that with Misery Court or Anathema is really fun, but on their own, definitely unfinished. What do we got here? Yeah, I'll grab this. Oh, the best variation of the card deck. So I think you mean diverse deck. Right, Quantity? Not the killing deck, but you mean the diverse deck. I'm just going to assume that. So I think it all depends. I think it depends on your build. So, you know, each one of the functions corresponds to a color, I think, right? So I would say if you're heavy into shield parrying, need a little bit of extra cushion, the Barricade's a good call. And it's kind of backwards to me because Barricade is red, but it corresponds with kind of like a green build. So that would be helpful if you're big into parrying. I forget the name of it. Catalyst, I think, is the poison one. That's really good with fast melee weapons, like with Brutality. You take that thing with Snake Fangs, it does some really good work. Electrodynamics is excellent all around. It also, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong. I think it also scales with Point Blank. I'm not 100% positive. And then Foresight's great just for extra safety. I'd recommend it if you are going through a biome a little bit trickier. So like it would be helpful here. It's great if you're going into a challenge room, and also if you're clearing out a curse, having that extra little bit of safety is always good. So my long answer is that. My short answer is every aspect is good depending on what you're looking for. Yeah, Ian, this is definitely a vibe. This is I always joke about this, but playing a survival build is best when you don't just play with survival, and this feels much more snappy, and having the extra cushion of higher HP and especially as I'm getting hit, having extra HP and a little bit more speed makes it more fun. Total vibe. And yeah, having the ghost from Deathscythe is just really helpful. All right, so what do we got here? We got ourselves a couple groups. I'm gonna throw the sides here. It's another great survival skill that's got some extra speed to it. I'd also recommend too, if you folks have the Return to Castlevania DLC, the Rebound Stone is really good. That thing's super good, especially if you get it in the small enclosed area. So like, let's see, yeah, so if there was like an elite up here, you could just bounce it around all the walls. It's super good. Love it. Let me just catch up here. Brent, double anathema. Yeah, not great. One of the things I don't like about it is I feel like you always have one curse, because it's like, what is it? When you hit an enemy, you get cursed, but then when you kill an enemy, it takes away a curse. So it seems like if you have one curse, you kill an enemy, clears the curse, but then you get another one. Have I taken a shot at a max HP build? I haven't. So you mean like what is it? Not the rainbow build, whatever it's called, where you just pick the highest HP. Sounds miserable. I remember Modesto did that, and it took a super long time. Ian, I think, I could be wrong. I think Electrodynamics works with Point Blank. Could be wrong. Brent, sorry to keep leaning on you. I know you got a lot of knowledge. Maybe you'd know. Post Void, haven't heard of that. When you pause, you can watch the Post Void trailer. Yeah, let me just make a note of that. So that way I don't. Again, my memory sucks. So that way I don't forget. Yeah, and the Rebound Stone's pretty sick with Legendary too. Yep. Engineer, Castlevania DLC was trash. No new enemies. Textured existing enemies. Boss fights were not that good. Overall, it was a scam. I don't agree, but I also don't disagree. I feel like out of all the DLCs, it does have the most recycled content for sure, and it's twice as expensive too. For me, I kind of feel like it was a test for Evil Empire to start to show other teams what they could do with existing franchises. But I feel like it's definitely my least favorite of the DLCs, and I don't think it's worth $10. But I do enjoy some of the items. I like the death fight. I do not like Dracula Phase 2. Sorry to beat a dead horse. I feel like I repeatedly say that, but again, while I don't necessarily agree, I also absolutely hear what you're saying. How's that for a non-committal answer? All right, Bren. Thanks for clearing that up. What's my favorite boss in Dead Cells? That's a great question. Probably, I mean, okay, so number 1 would be 5BC boss. Number 2, probably Giant. I've had so many good experiences just shredding through Giant. It just feels good. Getting the extra scroll fragment compared to Timekeeper or Scarecrow feels good. Servants is a lot of fun too, for sure. The climb's a little tricky, but Servants is a lot of fun. All right, let's plan our route. So I don't want to take Undying Shores. I don't want to get forced into Scarecrow. I could take I never take Clock Tower. Let's rock some Clock Tower. How am I doing for health? Yeah, not too bad. I'm fine. Engineer, Queen, Servants and Queen back to back. That's legit. That's legit. I'm gonna keep what I have here. I'm not gonna make any changes. Calf, I haven't asked you in a bit. Are you guys still playing Ragebound? I know you and Bags were rocking that recently. Oh my god, dude. So Brian and I started playing a game called I think it was Warhammer Bolt Gun or something like that. It is definitely a game. It's like a first-person shooter that's in like the old style of kind of like Doom, really fast-paced old Doom, Hexenish kind of stuff, but the way that they do difficulty, all they do is just throw waves and waves and waves of enemies at you. It is, it ain't great, dude. We made it through the first section, I guess you could say. There's like chapters or whatever. I think there's an assist mode built in. I think we're just going to turn on all weapons and invincibility and just absolutely go to town on it just so we can finish it, but don't love it. Making your way slowly? Great. So good. It's so good. If anybody here has not played the recent Ninja games that have come out, so we got Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, which was done by the team who did Blasphemous, and then the other one is Shinobi... Oh, what's it called? I already forget what it is. Whatever the new Shinobi game is. They're both really good. Ragebound is more of a... Art of Vengeance? Path of Vengeance, I think it's called. Ragebound is much more of a old school... I would say I'd compare it most to like an old like Mega Drive, Genesis kind of arcade-ish sort of game. Shinobi's a little bit more modern. Got some Metroidvania type stuff in there. Really cool abilities. But they're both worth checking out if anybody has not and is looking for a nice, 6 to 8 hour indie game. Warhammer. Oh, Warhammer. I'm not surprised. Bolt Gun is so fun. Oh, man. We had so much trouble with it. We had so much trouble. Although I am not surprised that you think that game is all fun in all caps. Oh, geez. Here we go. Oh, boy. Curse Chest. This could be it. Dusk. Engineer. Dusk is sweet. I got the platinum on that game. Dusk was fantastic. Absolutely love it. Aesthetics of Blasphemous is unmatched. 100%. 100%. Second game is good. I really enjoyed it. But the first game, as far as music and, like you just said, aesthetics and world design, like you really can't top it. It's amazing. All right, we got 2 elites here. All right, I'm not gonna take the curse here. All right, now that I cleared them out, let's give it a whirl. Let's give it a whirl. Similar to Ossuary, I got 2 paths I can take. Oh, I got 3 paths I can take. So if I don't like what's up here, I can roll over here. If I don't like what's over here, I can roll over here. So, all right, let's see what we got. Throwing axe, or excuse me, boy's axe. I don't know, man. I could do a stun build, but I don't think I want to. I feel like someone, let me scroll up here. I feel like somebody also asked something about chillin'. Oh, okay, said it. How do I get so chill even though the malaise bar reached 5 and more? Still panicking when it reaches 3. I think at this point it's just I've gotten used to it. And like I was saying, you know, earlier, the first couple bars I feel like aren't too bad. As it gets later and later, like here, it gets a little tricky. The spawns are going to be coming in faster here. I got to make sure I watch out for automatons. Right? I'm just going to slowly take my time with this curse. I would hate to lose this run. Like Calf was saying, this run is definitely a vibe for this build. What do we got up here? All right, let me do this. I do this. And I do this. All right. Down to 4. What do we... Oh, there's an automaton. All right, not today. Down to 3. All right, so I'm going to poke. Oh, so unfortunately, so based on the way that this tower is laid out, so there's... I think there's definitely 4 towers. One of them has the door on the way out. One of them, I think, is just a regular tower. The other 2 are going to be in those areas where you have to teleport up. So I don't know what I'm getting into. I can't look up. This one doesn't look awful. Let me see what we got on the other one here. Oh, you know what I could do? I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to worry about this. So I have a ton of melees, which means enemies are going to spawn in. So I'm just going to wait for 3 enemies, and then I'm going to take them out. A little bit slow. A little bit slow of a way to clear the curse. Where is everybody? Where is everybody? Please spawn in and help me. Please. Maybe if I come up here, they'll spawn since this is like quote unquote regular grounds. I see an automaton up there. Can I get it? Nope. There it is. Ooh. All right. So there we go. So there's 1. I'm going to watch out for that trap. There isn't that. All right. So we got. All right. We got the spinner, whatever it's called. We got 1 more here. Let's wait. Again, not the most exciting, but I would much rather do this than lose the run. So, all right, so we're straight. Is Warhammer Bry fine? Of course it is. Yeah, Bry, he's had it on his wish list because we did like 2 side scrollers back to back. He wanted to try something different. Yeah, Bry's game choices are interesting sometimes, but love the kid to death, man. You just gotta roll with it. Yeah, we actually, I feel like out of all the games that we played, so everyone else, sorry. So Calf's one of my best friends. We're real life friends. We've known each other for longer than I feel like is reasonable for 2 people to know each other. But Bry is one of our good friends, and Bry and I will play games together. We'll do 1-player games. We'll pass the controller back and forth. It's a ton of fun. I think I talked about him in one of my curse videos. I kind of mentioned that when I was talking about like games being a social thing. But Bry and I play a bunch of games together. Like I just mentioned, we did Ragebound. We did the new Shinobi game. We've done a ton of stuff, even some old stuff. We did like Earthworm Jim 2. But there's been usually the games that we end up playing are pretty much like in line with our vibe. But there's been a couple that haven't. So like Black Myth Wukong was not great for us. Warhammer we're struggling with. Extra jump here. I don't. But usually we play some fun games. But the joke here is that sometimes Bry will wish list games that might not be our vibe, but like he gets really excited about stuff. So it's always worth trying something new. But Warhammer hasn't been great. No offense to the Warhammer in chat. And like I said, Wukong has been a little bit tough. Yep, I forgot. Sponge, yeah, only problem with Blasphemous, it is clunky, for sure. There's no question there. It's a different kind of clunky. Oh, man, that sucks. Oh, God. It's a little bit different, kind of clunky, but Ragebound is a bit. There's a couple of I feel like movement mechanics that are a little iffy. I think that's just kind of like the Game Kitchen, their vibe. But yeah, Blasphemous 1 is definitely clunky. B2 is a little bit more evened out. Let's see. Everyone sees the comes. Any idea if there's an option to keep Malaise bar maxed? So there isn't, as far as I know. I know in custom mode you can turn Malaise on for other BCs. I'm pretty sure you can't. Keep it maxed unless there's some kind of mod or something like that. But through normal gameplay, I'm pretty sure there isn't. It is. That would be a really fun challenge, though. That'd be so fun. And I feel like that's also like building reps too, where you could practice with 10 Malaise and then play normally and just feel a little bit more smooth. What else we got here? I feel like I'm close. Did I clear the Malaise yet? Oh, I did not. Engineer. Yep. Oh, I'm gonna write that down too. First of all, thanks for coming in. Second of all, I'm gonna hit up Galaxy Queen outfit so I don't forget. Do I play other roguelites? Yeah, I do. So the other two that I would say that I quote unquote main, I guess you could say, Hades and Returnal for sure. I've played a bunch of other ones. I enjoyed Curse of the Dead Gods. That was fun. I enjoyed Gungeon for a while. I tried to get into Slay the Spire. It just wasn't my vibe. What else? I feel like I've definitely played a couple other ones, but I would say those three, Dead Cells, Hades, Returnal, are the ones I play the most, and I've had a little bit of experience playing other ones. What else did I play? Yeah, I tried out some other ones. There was a game called Revita that I played but didn't like. Rogue Prince of Persia. That was fun. Did I play Sword of the Sea? Calf, I didn't. Was there a demo of it? I may have. Maybe I played a demo of it, but I did not play that game. All right, let's take a moment here. Gold Digger's good. Oh my god, I got 55,000 gold here, so that'd be pretty rocking. Let's see what else we got. Scissors Broadsword. Medusa Head, Nutcracker. I don't want any of those. I started this run with Heavy Crossbow before I started streaming. I could go back to that, but I don't think I want to. I don't think Death Scythe is going to be great against Timekeeper. I might actually. I gotta think about this. I gotta figure out what my build is, because I could take Boy's Axe. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take Boy's Axe. We'll throw a Salt Shield in the backpack. Yeah, sword. Open it up. Get into it. Get into it. Wow, Calf, that is very descriptive. I played a cool-looking game by the makers of some other title. Dude, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Like I mentioned this earlier in the stream, in case some of you folks weren't here. I'm a little bit stuffed up, so if I'm sound a little rusty, my throat's a little dry, or I'm sniffing, I'm gonna try to keep it out of the microphone. But that's the vibe, just in case anyone picks up on it. And I am sorry about it if it comes through. It was indie. Dude, I have no idea. Is it something that I played on my own, Ian, or is it something that I played with Bri? Was it Death's Door? I've played Death's Door a few times. That game's sick. Oh no. I think it's time to heal. Yeah, I think we're gonna be healing here. Trap damage caps at 30%. All right, so I don't have to worry about it. I was gonna say I can take one more hit, but let's just be safe. I'm actually gonna take one more quick peek in that shop now that I've decided to take Boy's Axe. Let me just see if there's anything that's anything that will synergize well with it. Nope. Nope. Dude, I have absolutely no idea. I have no idea. Ian, if you give me more specifics, I might be able to remember, but dude, I have no idea. Anything good? No. I think I'm gonna take Cocoon over Crusher here. See if I can get a little bit of extra parrying if I need it on Timekeeper. Since this isn't my usual route, let me just see if we got anything good here. Burning Poison. Poison's the enemy. That's great. Sickle's got extra damage on Rooted. Sick. Sickles. And then, let me see if I can get Poison on this thing. Yeah, Unrooted. That's not really going to work that well, but that's totally fine. I'm also going to reroll this for later. All right. Mutations. I'm just going to keep them. I know Point Blank's not going to do much, but I do want Recovery, and I really don't feel like re-rolling going into... I don't think I'm going to re-roll after this, so we'll just keep it. Keep it as is. If I'm pronouncing this right, Ishai, hey, welcome. Welcome in. Do I only stream on weekends? No, so I don't stream often at all. I think in the entire 2 years or whatever it's been that I've done Dead Cells, I think I've only streamed like 5 times, including this. Last time I streamed was I think on a Tuesday, maybe. But yeah, I don't only stream on weekends, but I also don't have a set schedule. Crap. I'm also doing terribly with this dual binding build. I got Boy's Axe on my primary, and I keep whiffing with it. This should do it, right? Close to it. Yeah, that should do it. All right, Timekeeper down. Timekeeper down. All right, so I think I am going to roll the dice here. So when I stream, I feel like every stream I've done, again, even though there's only been a handful of them, I think I usually end up going to... Yeah, I usually go to Spoiler Biome, so I think I'm going to do Distillery into Shipwreck. Or excuse me, Distillery to Lighthouse. We'll change it up. When I play all the roguelites, am I a completionist? I start off that way, but I usually don't finish. I feel like there's too many variables in certain aspects. I say Hades is probably the closest I've come to being a completionist. I've played it a bunch over the years on different platforms. I almost have all the trophies, and I have all the weapons unlocked and stuff. So maybe that, but other stuff like Gungeon, Curse of the Dead Gods, there's just way too many things to complete that I haven't done. How often do I play without shields? Fairly often, I would say. Especially if I'm playing tactics. I like to dual bind a lot. Let me switch this up again. I'm gonna get rid of this. I like to dual bind a lot, so I feel like tactics, a little bit of brutality, but usually with survival, I have some kind of a shield. And I think I'm gonna do. I'll do recovery too. I'm gonna go extra. Just gonna go extra safe here. I could. What are my other options here? Could do gastro. Yeah, I'm just gonna go recovery. I would love to survive. If Distillery's cursed, I should have checked first. If Distillery's cursed, I'm gonna respec. All right, it's not. All right, Distillery gameplay. Here we go. Also, this run. I mean, this stream's been already. I've been taking my time, but I had played and paused for a long time before I streamed. That's why this run is. That's why I'd say the run's an hour long. All right, we'll leave that. I have Necro. Just used the wrong skill, of course. All right, let's see how we do. Let's see if I can take my own advice here. I should have watched. I should have watched my own Distillery video before coming here. Oh, we got ourselves a big food too. Tasty. All right, so that's That's really funny. All right, so big food's going to be helpful. Let me just knock this out of the way. All right, so you could take the barrel launcher. I usually don't. I prefer not to take it. I'd rather keep my items as is. Although, I do have an empty spot in my backpack, so maybe I'll grab it just in case. But the other thing I want to do here too, so I mentioned I'm going to do Servants into Queen. I'm going to have to be a little bit more proactive about my build. I don't think Death Scythe is going to be great. It's going to be great in there. I may want to switch out some skills. So I'm starting to think about that now. I don't think I'm going to change my build for this level, but I'm definitely going to have to change something out by the time we get to the Lighthouse. Whew. Gungeon is super complex. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Coast dude, what's up? What makes Dead Cells something I can come back to again and again? So for me, it's been in addition to it just being very fun, I feel like it ticks a lot of boxes for me. Oh, this is the hell room here. It ticks a lot of boxes for me just as far as, you know, the way it feels to progress. The way it feels to unlock things is really good for me. But also the movement. The movement helps very much. It just feels so smooth. So for me, that also makes it really easy to come back to. All right, what do we got? Boots. No thanks. And I think, let me see if I can put the... I know you can't sell this. I think you can put it in the backpack. Let's see. You can't... All right, I'm going to leave it. Warhammer, I'm going to be live. My plan is to finish this run and then do one more. So I'll probably be around for at least... Hopefully, I'm planning on at least another hour, unless that second run goes absolutely awful, and I'm not going to finish it. But that's the plan. So I should be here for a little bit longer, at least, for more than a little bit. Yeah, Messenger is super fun. Yep, I have played Messenger. I played it a couple times. It's a great one. I feel like, yeah, and that's another one I had mentioned when we were talking about Hyperlight a little while ago, talking about like that sort of breed or. What's the right word? Not breed, but like that round of indie games. Messenger was part of that too. Yeah, because I think Messenger was 2017, 2018, perhaps. Extra jump. No, I'm not going to take it. I got two in my necklace already. And where am I at? I'm at 51 kills, which means I'm going to take a hit, right? We got an elite barrel coming up. Oh, this is... Oh, I just aggravated it. Or aggroed it, I should say. Oh, good. We're cool. Wow, we got our 60 in the distillery. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so cards is viable. I'm probably going to take cards. I think I'm just going to grab it. Hopefully this is not a mimic. All right, let's take cards. I'm going to keep it on Catalyst for now, I think, because it's going to do extra poison. We got ourselves a good dual scroll. It's gonna do extra poison, and my Death Scythe already poisoned, so I think that's the vibe. I haven't gotten the key yet, right? Yeah, so I think the key's gonna be way down here. I haven't taken a look at BlazBlue because I don't have a PC to play it on. But that's sick that it's coming to consoles. I might, if I can get it on sale or something, I might check that out. I know V's played it a bunch. I know it looks pretty sweet, but I haven't dug into it myself. And then this is lore, right? Yeah, where are we? What the hell's this key? What the hell's the key? All right. Oh, so we got ourselves a mimic. So if there's a weapon shop here, there will be a weapon shop here. Yeah, here it is. So this is mimic. So we're going to be getting 2 more levels. So whatever I get, it's going to be 13 instead of 11. So that's actually very, That's going to be very helpful going into the servants and the queen. You know what I could have done as well? Hindsight, of course, right? I could have taken Wish and then found a different, different non-survival item to use for a legendary for the end of the game. But we'll roll with whatever I can find. Definitely, absolutely, definitely going to buy something in that shop. Look at this. There we go. So Kostu, Raven's Watch is not the follow-up, but that's from the same studio that did Curse of the Dead Gods, right? It's like a isometric multiplayer roguelite type thing. Oh, sorry, Music. You just said it was co-op. Yeah, so I think I'm thinking of the right game. Man, this is... I'm going to jinx it. This is going incredibly well. This is going super well. 86 kill streak. Dude, let's go. This is abnormally good. All right, so there we go. I jinxed myself. I jinxed it. We're toast. We're absolutely toast. All right, so if I'm looking at the layout of this room, I think this is the one where there's like broken doors and stuff. Yeah, that's exactly it. So you have to do this. I can actually... Oh, come on. All right. All right, so we're doing this. Is this where the barrel is? Yep. Just want to concentrate for a sec. All right, so we got this. Good. We got this. Good. All right, made it. All right, since I chose not to take the barrel launcher, it's going to take me a sec here. I'm going to have to hit the barrel as it comes out. I have to time it right. So that way it does this. Ah, oh, it hit a spawned enemy. Come on, man. There we go. So this should knock it all the way down. Perfect. Sometimes there's a scroll in here too. There isn't. All right, so what are we looking at here? We got ourselves another scroll fragment. We got ourselves another full scroll, which is great. We got food on the map. All right, so we're in excellent shape. Yo, Shark, what's up? Yeah, Curse of the Dead Gods is a lot of fun. I feel like I kind of hit a wall with it because there's not as many options in that game as there are with other roguelites, but I had a lot of fun with it. I really enjoyed the level up system, and I feel like some of the artifacts and stuff you got to make the runs really fun. And of course, you know, any sort of the stamina system was sick too. Challenging, but pretty sick. All right, so I'm gonna lure this guy over here. Gonna go behind him, and then he's gonna throw a barrel, so it'll get rid of that wall. All right, we're straight. All right, so I'm going back to the... Actually, I'm going to grab this first. A little bit extra chunk. All right, so I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go back to the shop. We know it's mimicked, and we know we're going into servants from here, so we got to find something that's going to be... It's going to be good. So far, we're 0 for 2. I don't want to take Giant Killer. Giant Killer is not that great. I feel like it leaves you open, but I'm running out of time here. Man, this is tough. This is tough. All right, I'm going to grab Gold Digger. So I'm going to go to my Foresight here so I can tank a hit. I'm going to grab this. We're going to fight the Mimic. Let's see how long this takes. Late Mimics actually aren't too bad, so this shouldn't be... Yeah, we're cool. We're fine. All right, so I'm going to grab the Gold Digger over the Death Scythe. All right, so we're in okay shape here. It's not too bad. And then I'm going to... Oh, I should have kept that for the barrels. I should have kept it for the barrels. It's fine. It's fine. We're good. Oh, boy. All right, cleared the malaise. got another couple of areas to get through here. The barrel there. It's really not that much of a difference. Especially since I'm not really going to be slamming down that much coming into the servants fight. I think we're good, right? Yeah, I like my skills. We're in good shape. All right, gotta. Let me just catch up a little bit. I'm probably gonna butcher this, but I'm just gonna say Vinaya, good afternoon or good evening, good night, whatever it is. Scroll manipulation. Yep. So Vinaya's got it. Yep. So you wanna. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Oh, I forgot. If you take, what do you call it? If you take, if you go to Lighthouse after Distillery, there's no 60 door. So, damn, I was thinking if we got something chunky in the 60, we could also use Wish. All right, so I'm gonna play it safe. We'll do disengagement. I think we'll do soldiers for an unreasonable amount of HP. And then maybe recovery? I don't know. I may actually take Gastro. So I think there's 2 guaranteed pieces of food on the map. Yeah, I'm going to take Gastro. So that way I can either recycle them for extra DPS or I can grab them if I need extra health. Oh, Dimitri's. Yeah, I'm going straight to Shipwreck. That's so funny. Yep, Kostube. Yeah, the game gets confused. There's some calculation where instead of it being like 11% or 9% or whatever it is for good dual stat, it pumps it up to like 45. So you got the odds in your favor. Exponential scaling propaganda. That's very funny. Yeah, Gold Digger's fun. Gold Digger's good. I like it. I like it a lot in biomes, I think, more than bosses because it doesn't have like a good chunk. Oh man, I also should have. I definitely did not roll for synergies. That's 100% on me. Wasn't even thinking about it. All right. So let's go. So we got the Lighthouse. Starting off with Calliope here. Dual Wrecking Balls. So what I like to do, if I'm not going for the flawless, I'll... Ooh. I think... Oh, there it is. It's like I'm definitely going to get hit. I'll go for a couple hits on them just to get their HP a little bit lower for the fight. But if I'm going for flawless, I definitely will just run right up the Lighthouse and I won't engage. All right, rolling. And then there's no food here, but there should be on the second, towards the second boss, or excuse me, the second servant. We should be seeing some food. Yeah, we're doing okay damage here. This is totally fine. Yeah, we're cool. Right. So Calliope's gonna be chilling here. Gonna engage with her for a sec before we get Uturp in here, right? Oh, sweet. All right, so now we only have to deal with one servant. Uturp's tricky, or Uturpy, however you pronounce it. Her arrows, as you can see, there's a little bit of like seeking arrows. And it's interesting. So now that I'm looking at this, I had mentioned Hades earlier, talked about liking Chiron bow. This is kind of like a Chiron bow vibe, where she shoots one big arrow at you, and then there are other arrows, even if that doesn't hit you, there are other arrows that track you around. So that's interesting. All right, I'm going to recycle this. We'll get extra DPS. Again, it's like 40-something%, so that's going to be pretty helpful. This fight always starts the same, where Calliope teleports away and Uturp is up here on this platform. I'm just housing right here. Absolutely no respect. Showing no respect to these servants. Oh, that was fantastic. All right, so now both of them are going to be up here. I'm probably going to take a couple shots or maybe not. Oh, look at that. Look at that damage. I'm gonna run away from Cleo. Her attacks are very strong. I'm definitely gonna throw the sights down, see if I can get a little bit of damage on her, but I'm not gonna force it. That's too aggressive, and I feel like even though I have 1,000,000 HP, I just don't want to deal with it. Don't want to deal with extra damage. There you go. I'll hit it once. How's that? All right. So once I get, All right, there we go. You got to be careful when you're rolling up here, because as you can see, you can break those walls and end up on the outside. All right. So what do we got? So I got extra 41%. I'm going to recycle this for another 41%. Coast Tube, yeah, I think, and Shark, I think it's fragmentless if you don't take fragments, but also, what is it, comfy tactics or comfy whatever, where you purposely take the extra health when you get a good dual stat. All right, we're rocking here. All right, so, yeah, sights are doing, oh, man, sights are so good. Look at this. Yep, this is tricky. You got to be careful for Cleo's, this move right there. You got to be careful with that. She does so much damage. All right, so I got tagged once by the arrows. Not terrible. Throw the sights down. I think Euterp's going to come down from above. Yep, and then take a hit. That's fine. And then she's going to retreat to one of these corners. I'll be waiting for her. There we go. Got him. Alright, so we're good. Grab the extra stuff. E-whip. My friend. I'm just going to leave the fragments there. There's no reason to take them. We just got an extra scroll, so those won't do anything. We're making our way to Queen. Let's go. Vinayak stuck on BC, 5 BC for months. Hey, you finished the game. Congratulations. It's awesome. Uninstalled it. I feel like, I don't know, someone had asked me just a few minutes ago about why Dead Cells is something I keep coming back to. Uninstalling is not the worst. It's not the worst idea. Oh, man, this game can suck you right in. I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to do Disso. We'll do Recovery, and then, dude, I don't even know. I feel like it doesn't really matter that much, right? Let's do Vengeance, just in case. We'll go super safe. 20,000 hit points is safe enough, but might as well. Let's see how much damage we can actually mitigate. Dimitri's clean fight. Thank you. Yeah, Sword. Tonfas are sick. Movement's tricky, but fascinating, I think, is a really good word for it. All right, let's see how quick I can get this done. Get some decent little chunks. Not too bad. All right, so she's gonna go up here. Can get a couple of cheap hits in, right? All right, can I sneak in one more? She's gonna go right back up. All right, so this is the faster one. Switch to foresights. We're gonna have to. There you go. Done. We got it. Let's go. Done. All right, so I feel like out of that whole run, definitely shaky for a little bit. I feel like things didn't really even out until we hit Distillery. That was good. And then, yeah, that Queen, the Servants fight, that second round with Jesse Euterp and Calliope felt unbelievable. Felt super good. A lot of damage. Peace. It would have been nice if I had a trap. If I had, like, what do you call it? Scavenge Bombard or Crusher or Wolf Trap, I would have taken support. That would have pushed it even more over the top. All right, so what am I supposed to do? What do we got? Galaxy outfit with Queen Head was the request. What do we got here? Oh, it's not even. Oh my God, it's only 2 o'clock. This is beautiful. Plenty of time. All right, so what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to switch up my outfit, and then I'm just going to step away for like 2 minutes. I just got to use the restroom real quick, and then I'll come back. So I think it was, what was it, Queen and Galaxy, right? Is that the vibe? The hell is it? Is this it? Queen and Galaxy. Oh, yeah, that's sick. It's a great outfit. All right. Cool. All right, so I'm going to pause for 1 second. Again, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Super quick break. Let me find my thing. I'll be right back. All right, we're rolling. When I said super quick, I meant super quick. Thanks everyone for the GGs. I didn't acknowledge those before I bounced out. Yeah, Shark. Quick scaling fights. Feel good sometimes. Calf. Thanks for hanging out, brother. Have fun with the decorations, man. Yo, Joe, you are on time. We're just gonna start a second run here. That survival one was very slow. So I get a couple options. I just got a purple, double purple. I think I'm just gonna do tactics. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll with tactics this time. I love Yuumi. We're gonna do some pretty quick damage on these enemies here. Just pin them to the walls. It's beautiful. Knock them out. So my goal here is to is to be a little bit more quick. I'm not going to rush or anything. I just mean compared to that survival run that took a very long time. I'd like to have a little bit more of a fun and fast gameplay. Yeah, look at that. Yuumi is so good, so good. Speaking of servants, like this is one of my favorite items in general. And it's absolutely such a great part of the Queen in the Sea DLC. Good morning. All right, and I think I was going to ask Calf, so I think what I'm going to do is probably going to do Sewers route. I may skip Corrupted Prison, depending on how things look. But yeah, I'm going to do Sewers because the last run I went the Prison Depths Ossuary path, so I'll do something a little bit different. Use wings to just completely annihilate that dude. All right, cool. So we got the Sewers path. We get some health on the map, which is fantastic. Let me just see if I don't think there's a challenge rift down here. Yeah, I don't know if they can actually spawn there, but I always check just in case. But my goal here, I'm gonna just get stuff that plays very quickly. If I were to find like a double damage electric whip or something, I'd be in great shape. All right, so we got our 30. So we got something nice, hopefully, coming up out of that kill door. We'll see. Definitely not. I'm not gonna make the time door, which is fine. I'm still missing a scroll. Obviously, taking my time, killing everything I see, just the way I like to play. So, not gonna hit the time door, but we got the kill door. So in good shape there. Scroll number 2. Or scroll number 5, I should say. And this is, yeah, here's Arboretum. And then I like to check here. I don't know if challenge rifts can actually spawn in the corridor. Where am I? Yeah, in the corridor before the door. So like right where I am here. And then this last area where the teleporter is towards Castlevania. I like to check, but I've actually never seen one in that area. So it might actually be a waste of time. Maybe I should stop that. Yeah, Gilded Yumi is very smooth. Animation is super slick. It's dope. Fires pretty quickly too for how heavy it is. All right, so we got ourselves a nice fast clear. I might grab that. I know it's early. I generally don't recommend buying stuff early, but I might grab that knife dance out of the shop. I'm gonna recycle this stuff here, get a couple extra bucks. Yeah, that knife dance is calling me. I didn't even see what the affixes are. Hopefully it's got something sick on it. Let's take a peek. Electrified? Sure. Sure. I know I could have taken that with wings, but I'd rather have something a little bit more control over my movement and my build here. So I think Dead Cells has a big learning curve. I think it does at first. Somebody had commented on my beginner's guide maybe yesterday or a couple days ago, and they basically were just like, I'm paraphrasing here, but it's just like, wow, it sucks that you need to like study a game before you play it. And like, I feel that, I feel that. Oh, that's great. Don't love biters, but that affix is good. And yeah, it does kind of suck, but like, yeah, I think the learning curve can be steep at first, and I almost feel like it kind of goes like this, right? Where's my camera? Here we go. So basically, like, it starts down here where you start playing, and there's a big learning curve, and then I feel like it plateaus, and then once you get to like 2 BC, there's a bigger learning curve on how to adapt. But that first one, it's a little tricky. There's a lot of mechanics that you need to know, definitely. Cyber Jesus, what's up? Yeah, I've seen it in Arboretum in that first section. So before you actually climb up the plants, I've seen it a bunch there, but not at the door up top. There we go. Tristan, yes, I ended up winning the run with the scythes. What I did was I moved from the Scythe Claws to a legendary Frantic Sword, then from there to the Death Scythe, and then from there to Gold Digger. So I got that one in the bag. So I felt pretty good about that. All right, so I'm going to take Point Blank. I know it's not really great with Yumi, but I'm going to move towards Firebrands, Throwing Knives, Electric Whip, maybe Infantry Bow. That'd be pretty sick. So I'm going to move towards that. There's a lot of flying enemies here. I'm going to rely on my skills for them. So let's see. Yeah, so like the bats and stuff. I'm going to use on my skills and my bleed propagation to take them out, but I'm going to be looking for something that does faster damage up close. That's got a little bit better range, horizontal range, I should say. Unfortunately, did not find a double brutality or double brutality or double survival. So we're not being able. Excuse me, we're not coming in here with scroll manip. And I was just going to say my health is very, very low. So I need to be careful. Oh, jeez. I could do comfy tactics, but absolutely not. I was just going to say I got to be very careful here since my health is at a bit of a deficit since I do not have any off-color scrolls. Take this out. Use my aura. I don't need to. Get these guys out of the way, and then I'll just body this elite. Just keep on slamming right into the walls. All right, so what do we got? We got extra jump in midair. I'm going to take this just for now. It's still early enough in the run where the scaling hasn't really creeped up yet. So I have a little bit of cushion here, so I'm going to take it for the extra health. And then before I leave the biome, I'm going to go back there. Unless I find a better double purple, I'm going to go back there and grab that. I'll take this too. Clear Malaise pretty quick. Have I heard Hades 2 music? Yeah, so I heard some of it. I've watched some runs, and I listened to a couple tunes on, I don't think it was Spotify. I think I listened to it on YouTube. So I really have enjoyed the reprises from the first game. You know, like right off the bat, there's references to Tartarus in the first level, whatever it's called. Again, I haven't played it. I've just watched a little bit. I think that's great. I do not care for the Siren song though. I understand why it's in there, but it's just not my vibe. I much prefer the vocals from the first game. You know, Good Riddance, In the Blood. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I just got punished for not liking Hades 2 music. Just got punished. All right, so I did not grab regular food. This is an awful idea. Famous last words. This is a terrible idea. I'm gonna roll with it. Oh, sweet. What do we got? I just got punished for not liking Hades 2 music. But yeah, first one, I feel like the first one had better vocals, but I do like the regular non-vocal music. I know the Sirens theme or whatever, it's Scylla's theme or whatever, it's like a vibe. There's a reason for it, but it's not my vibe. Music, what's my thoughts about Rogue Prince of Persia? I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's at a point where it needs more updates. I feel like it came out very quietly. I'm pretty sure it came out right before Hades 2 and Silk Song, so it was like not good timing. And I think that happened to Curse of the Dead Gods too. I'm pretty sure that came out right before the first Hades, but I like it a lot. I think it's fun. You know, I kind of hit a point with it where I feel like I've done a lot, and I'm just waiting for more updates or more content before I rock in it. Joe, working on the Dead Cells video. Awesome. Some advice regarding making a 1.5 hour vid. I guess it depends on what you're doing. I think it depends on what you're doing. Costube, yeah, absolutely. All roguelikes do have a big learning curve. There's just a lot of vibes. Yeah, Sirens punish me. D, yep, I'm absolutely doing uncomfortable tactics. I mean, look at. Oh, all right, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it just for a little bit of cushion. I would love to see a non-malaised big food drop from one of these enemies. I would love it. That would make my day. Let's see what happens. But yeah, this is definitely uncomfortable, dude. This is super uncomfortable. That's why I took the amulet that does not have 2 tactics in it. Just for now. Alright. So I think, yeah, since I got a good duel, I am going to skip Corrupted Prison. I just, you know, advice not to for new folks. That extra scroll is super helpful. Learning curses if you don't have a lot of experience and with help is helpful. But I'll be honest, I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it, so I'm gonna completely skip it. What do we got for biomes too? Oh God, Cursed Ramparts, Cursed Ancient Sewers. Excuse me, Incentivize Ancient Sewers and Cursed Dracula's Castle. Yikes! So we're definitely not taking Drax Castle. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right off the bat. There's no way. There is no way. All right, so we're good. All right, so I got to go through the shop. Are there any tactic builds that aren't glass cannon? Not really, right? So if you're doing straight tactics builds, you're generally going to have less HP unless you either purposely take good dual stat scrolls. So I had the whatever it was, tactics and survival. If I purposely took the survival instead of tactics, that's something called comfy tactics. We were just joking with it. That's something that will make you less glass cannon at the risk of extra DPS you're losing. But if you're just going to be going through like a normal, quote unquote, normal tactics build, glass cannon is pretty much what's going to happen. Did I play Absalom? I haven't. So I think Is that like a roguelite beat 'em up? Is that what the vibe is for that thing? Because I think I might be getting my games crossed. I think that's like a beat 'em up roguelite from the Streets of Rage 4 people. Maybe, maybe not. But I have not played it. Regardless, we all hate Dracula's Castle. Yes. Every once in a while, I'll take it if I'm in the mood. Big Castlevania fan, so sometimes it feels good to go through there. But I would say like, I don't know, man. That's maybe like 1 out of every 20 runs, if that. Same thing with Outskirts. Every once in a while, I don't know if this is even how the algorithm works anymore, but every once in a while, I will take Outskirts just so that way it has less of a chance of being incentivized, because I don't want to go there. Curse Ramparts. Oh, DJ Poopin. What a rockin' name. Thanks for thanks for coming in. Nice to see you. But yeah, Curse Ramparts, I think that might be the move. I think we're gonna do. Yeah, I think that's the move. I think we're gonna do Dam Vigor. Hopefully grab something here in the shop that it's not big, it's little food. Grab something in the shop here. We got Boomerang too. All right, looks like this is going to be a fairly generic tactics build, but I'm absolutely fine with it. That's kind of what I wanted. Not going to take taunt. Not going to take taunt over Boomerang, obviously. We had joked, I think it was me and Kaylor, we were joking about doing a legendary taunt run just because of how unhelpful that item is. I feel like that'd be something fun if we just do is this a taunt? Ooh, legendary magic bow. What's up? All right. I feel like that'd be a fun stream just so we could all see the absolute disaster that would be. I'm gonna clear this out. So I think what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna grab whatever's on the other side of this. Parry shield. All right, so I'm going to take Parry Shield here. I'm going to put Boomerang in my main slot. I'm going to put Magic Bow in the second slot, and we're going to use Acrobat Attack. That's what I want to do. Oh, Kostube, you missed it. Someone earlier. I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was in the chat, but they were basically, I think they called it a scam. It was like, the levels suck, all the enemies are reskinned, it's super expensive, it's not good. Damn Vigor time. No game dev. Castle Outskirts in Dracula Castle biome. Yeah, they're not great. So I will make an excuse, I think is the right word, for Dracula's Castle. The reason why that particular biome is the way it is because that's sort of how old Castlevania biomes were. Like traditional ones like Symphony of the Night, where you just kind of slowly explore and unravel things. So like, I understand that one. It may not be the most fun from a gameplay perspective, but from a Castlevania design perspective, absolutely. Outskirts is just, I don't think it's well designed at all. All right, what do we got here? One more. That's fine. Can I get poison on this thing? Yep. Oh, wow, that was absolutely perfect. Yikes. All right, so I think we're going to let it roll. Let's see how this goes without Dam Vigor. Oh, I could do bank. Could do bank. No, we're gonna do Curse Ramparts. That was a vibe. Yeah, and the other thing too is, just talking about Outskirts, like the way that biome is structured, between the really long wind up, the climbing up that castle or whatever it is, and also just sort of like the way the teleporters are, it's not great. It's not great. So I feel like when I do take it, I'm spending a lot of time going out of areas that should have teleporters that don't. It's just not lovely. It's not a lovely biome. But like I was saying earlier, In case you weren't here, like I do very much like the items from that game. It's great. The death fight's decent too, but other than that, you know, I think it's worth having for completionist sake. I don't think it's worth the $10, but right, take a little extra health here. Magic bow, a little bit slow, but because it has double the ammo, right? Yeah, twice as many bullets. So hopefully that'll be helpful. So far, it's just been okay. I'm hoping it's gonna be good against bosses. I did Concierge last time. I think I'm gonna go, if I survive this, I think I'm gonna go Conjunct. We've been lucky. I was just gonna say we haven't seen any cursed enemies yet. That is no longer the case. We got ourselves a cursor right off the bat, and then, all right, so we're doing all right. We're not, like I said, thankfully we're not facing a lot of cursed enemies yet, but they could be super dense. Dude, Money Shooter's great. Money Shooter is such a secretly great weapon. I mean, for me at least, when I first saw it, I was like, man, like, money's so important. Like, why would I want to throw it away? But after using it, it's just very powerful, super powerful. The only thing I don't love about it, and this is a design thing versus a weapon thing, is that, oh boy, when you're in a boss arena, you can't see how much gold you have. They actually take that off of the screen, so it's not easy to know how much gold you got in the pool. But it's a great weapon, super good. All right, so I would love. Do I want a trap? I don't know. I think I'd like to have a trap, but we'll see. We'll see. I think Wolf Trap would be great for the Conjunct fight. And I also think too, like, this magic bow, it's a little disappointing. So I think I'm gonna, hopefully, I can find a weapon that will, again, E-whip, throwing knives, firebrand, something like that. Favorite boss and weapon. So favorite boss is, I would say it's the spoiler 5BC boss. I've always liked that design. It's a lot of fun for me. Favorite weapon, it always changes. It kind of depends on like what else is going on, and like how something fits into my build. But I would say just for now, quick answer would be, let's say Gilded Yumi. Right now, that's my favorite weapon because that's what I took into this run, and it's a lot of fun. It's super good. You know, speaking of Castlevania items, I saw that challenge rift. I'm gonna come back for it. All right, hold on. Do we have down here? All right, so I'll do this, and then looking for one more enemy. May or might not be. Who may or may not be the end of my run. I'm going to not take sickles. I just took that the last time. All right, let's see. Give me something. Give me a teleporting enemy or something here so I can just end the curse. There it is. Thank you. All right, we're good. I think the other thing I could do too is grab an oil grenade, because grenades do not trigger the curse after you kill one of those little sore losers, so I might grab that. Oh yeah, dude. Ammo with boomerang and cross are excellent. Absolutely excellent. I know Daniel did a couple of videos with something like this, but basically if you get a legendary of something and then do double ammo, you get like 5. You get 5 crosses, you get 5 boomerangs. It's incredibly powerful. It's great. Do I like Conjunct Fight? Yeah, I do. I think one of the things that frustrates me is, and this is just my own skill level / pattern, whatever. I do find that I take hits. Oh boy, I take hits a lot during the tentacle phase. I don't love it, especially because I'm trying to get a legendary. But the fight itself is pretty good. All right, what do we got? Is this guy coming down? No. All right, so we're 2 kills away from the 60 door. So I saw the owl too. I'll go back for that. Got it. Got it. All right, so I don't even remember. What's the owl? What's the owl's thing? Is it pierces all enemies? Is that what it is? Yeah, I'll take it over Aura for now. Well, not for now. I just recycled it, so I'll take it over Aura. All right. And that's the conjunct door, so I'm not going to go in there. We got ourselves a cursor down here. Quickly make good work of that. So that way I don't get cursed. Right? Got an elite sweeper. Don't love it. So I think, I'm hoping that this here is going to be food in the wall. I see a secret. Yep, good. Alright. So we got ourselves a double jump, which is great for which is great for the challenge room if I make it that far, right? And then what do we got for all right. Oh, we got ourselves another dual stat too, which is sick. Favorite I already answered favorite boss and weapon. Favorite weapon combo. I'd say, like, again, it kind of changes depending, but I feel like Firebrand's throwing knives with hold to attack are, it's just too good. It's just too good to not dig into. All right, so what I need to be super careful about here is I need to make sure there are no sore losers anywhere nearby, because I do not want to take a curse into conjunct. That would be absolutely be the end of the run. What do we got? We got a couple of enemies down here. All right, none of them are sore losers, so we're straight. And again, this is, I may be breaking my own rules of clearing every enemy if there's a sore loser down here. I just don't want to deal with the curse. Alright, we're straight. Good, we're good. Alright, so I'm going to be very careful getting this. I'm going to be very careful getting this scroll. If there is, alright, I was going to say, if there is a sore loser in here, I'm actually going to jump into the pit to take damage, so that way the owl goes away. But we might not have to worry about it. Yeah, we don't. We're okay. Boom. All right, we got ourselves another good duel. So I think that's 2. So we got 2 good duels, and then we also got a challenge rift. So that's 3 extra scrolls coming out of Ramparts going into conjunct. I like that a lot. Where's the rift? Did I open the rift? Oh, rookie mistake. All right, I gotta I gotta find this damn thing. If anybody remembers which tower the rift was in, let me know. I think it might be in the one to the right of this, but I could be completely wrong. Dude, I can't believe I didn't open that up. That's really funny. Oh boy. I think I said, what did I say? I said I'd come back for it, and I was engaged with the other enemies. Didn't do it. Bren's just here to spread kanji hate. Fantastic. Somebody asked if I liked the conjunct fight, and I said I did, but I don't love tentacles. Yep. Kostu, absolutely. I'd rather Dead Cells get a final polished update, fix some of the weapons that came in the cursed update, than actually have a sequel. Alright, tactics, what do we got? Nope. Alright, so I'm just going to focus here for a moment. Again, my health's a little bit, actually it's not terrible, but I do want to just be a little bit more focused here, so I can hopefully come out of here without taking any damage. Alright, we're good, we're good. Oh, this is demonic. Oh my god, that's an awful spike pattern. That's terrible. I think that's it. Alright, we're cool. Alright, conjunct. Let's do it. One thing I need to remember, if I have... Do I have freeze on parry for my shield? I don't. I'm going to get rid of... Oh no, what did I want to do? Wolf trap. Let's see if I can grab a wolf trap here. Where's the shop? Here we go. What's game breaking? So speaking of the cursed update, I'll show, if you haven't seen them, I'll show the mutations. But there's a mutation called Curse Flask and a mutation called Demon Strength, where you will get extra damage based on the amount of curse you have. So what you can do is you can get your curse count completely jacked up. Is there a mimic here? No. I'm going to take Owl. I usually don't. That's why I'm taking Owl. You can get your curse completely jacked up and then take Demon Strength to get something like, what is it, 130% extra damage. Super busted, but of course you have the risk of dying if you take a curse. Or excuse me, if you get hurt while you're cursed. So that's why Damn Vigor's sick for that. But I feel like that totally breaks the game. Totally breaks the game. Yep. 2,000 hit points at Conjunct. This is, I didn't forget anything. That's fine. It's not great. Not great. Yeah, challengers can be tough. Challengers can be tough. They're all, just like every other level, they're all sort of little pieces put together. So kind of like once you get used to the pieces, it can be a little bit easier, but. Oh, man. Oh. I should have taken Wish. I should have taken Wish and grabbed that pistol, or just grabbed it on its own. Oh, that's not great. All right. It's fine. Let's do support. All right, so this fight might take a little bit. This might take a little bit. We'll see. All right, here we go. So I'm going to throw my traps down here on this first platform. I'm going to try to remember what I learned. Oh, there we go. I was going to say try to remember what I learned in algebra class when I was in school, but try to get conjunct triangulated. Oh, wow, she's taking good damage here. And then, boom, second phase. All right, so let's see. So I feel more comfortable with the tentacles when I'm able to, when I do have a shield, so I can just sort of parry. They have a pretty specific, there's always one that kind of, oh, there it is, crap. Let's say there's always one that comes up under you, and then the other ones will rush at you from different angles, but. All right, there we go. I did so much damage in that before the first phase that conjunct immediately spit into the second one. The other thing you got to worry about too is sometimes tentacles will come up where the traps are, so be a little bit careful of that. But yeah, so this is the annoyance of the conjunct fight, is just all of the minor little hits you take with. Oh, there you go. We're good. Almost. All right, there it is. No ammo. Yeah, Brent, I know. I'm not thinking straight, dude. Totally should have taken ammo. I'm gonna respec here. I'm not gonna take Magic Bow anymore. It's just not a good move. I am going to go to Graveyard because please don't be cursed. I got I think it's 19 and a half, 1930. I got the time door here, so we'll see what's in here. Is burning oil worth going for? Sometimes. Yeah, I feel like one of my favorite ways to use burning oil is if you get an oiled sword that has plus 100% to burning oil. It effectively doubles your damage with no drawbacks. It's sick. What do we got? Nothing. Yeah, we got nothing good here. All right, so let's reevaluate here. So I'm going to get rid of Magic Bow, get a couple bucks from it. I don't need to respec. I am going to respec my mutations. All right, so like Brent said, we're going to do ammo. Let's do point blank. Again, hoping to find something else. And then maybe networking. No, let's just do networking. That's fine. Stay close to the doors. Oh, yeah, Bren, that's smart. That's smart. I feel like my decisions sometimes, especially when I'm like talking and playing, I'm not the smartest, but yeah, I totally should have done that. Totally should have done that. Eladriel, Hey, congratulations. It's awesome. Congratulations on getting the true ending. That's sweet. Yeah, we're good. All right. Feeling a little bit better. I can't believe I didn't take ammo in that fight. But hey, what's the saying? All's well that ends well, right? We made it through the fight, made it here. We're not in bad shape, right? We still got all 4 of our flasks. Decent little build. I would like to change the owl out because exactly like that. I feel like I always take tiny little hits. So having the owl piece out isn't great. I'm gonna pop that in the backpack just in case. Yeah, I'll take that. It's fine. You know, when we have such low melees, again, I'm clearing things fairly quickly. So when we got low melees, I don't worry too much about. Oh, look at this. That's a cool little generation here. I don't worry too much about taking dirty food if I got good low melees. Excuse me, fast damage. Does owl work with barb tips? Dude. Dude, come on. I actually don't know if owl works with barb tips. I don't know if they stick in the enemy or not. That's a great question. Well, we got grade A gameplay here, folks. We're missing mutations. We are slamming down into spikes. What else? What else could I do? What else do you need? I feel like that's perfect, right? Got the owl back. Nice networking. I feel like enemies are dying pretty quick though, so it's almost like networking's not even hanging out for that long. And what do we got for biome? Sepulcher. Yeah, I think I'm going to do Sepulcher Giant and then normal 5BC route on the way out of here, since I didn't do the 5BC route earlier. Alright, we got the key. Alright, what do we got in here? Anything tasty? Yeah. Yeah, it's got biters, but I'm over the owl. I'm all set. All set. Alright, so we got the key. I think we hit the treasure room. Yeah, so I'm just going to see what's in here. Off to the right, there's going to be an item. Might be something good. I feel like it's always worth checking these things, just in case. Wave? Yeah, let's do wave. Why not? Why not? We already had Knife Dance for a bit. Yeah, the story's kind of hidden here. You know, once you get, I feel like once you get to the giant, and then also once you start getting like true ending, it's a little bit more clear, but it's definitely not in your face. And they did that deliberately for sure. All right, we got ourselves some health. Let's go. Use the wave to pop these bats. Do I need this? No, I don't. Nope. Alright, beautiful. Alright, so we get a curse in here too, so we gotta remember that. So, it's nice that... Oh, man, I was just saying, it's nice that I'm clearing things pretty quick, but we gotta remember there is a curse in here, so I don't want to put myself in a situation where I have to like go through a trap room or anything like that. That would make it more difficult than it needs to be. Yeah, Hades. Oh man, I see. Like if you're in the mood for story, or I should say, if you're in the mood for dialogue, Hades has you covered. I think the story's decent, but definitely there are a lot of lines, a lot of voice acting in that. All right, so here's our curse. So like I did a little bit in the run before this, I'm gonna scope out. I'm gonna see what's up, because we have, how many paths do we have? We have this, then it goes to the left and the right. So I want to put myself in the best position to have a successful curse. All right, so there's something that's not, doesn't look terrible. And then This also, we got a masker down here. I'm gonna get rid of the masker first. I do not want to deal with invisible enemies, even though I probably would have just cleared that curse. Even though I think I just killed 10 enemies. All right. Wave with point blank. I don't know if that actually makes a difference. I have no idea. I don't know if that, because it's ranged attacks, so I don't know if it also covers skills. That's a great question. Got a great voice. Thank you. I'm glad it's not grating. It was really funny. I was watching someone on YouTube the other day, and my girlfriend actually said something similar, where she was like, "I'm really glad you don't sound like that person." So thank you. The other thing too is the microphone that I have. It has like a really good sound profile, so that makes things sound even better. But thank you, thanks. I appreciate that. I don't want to deal with this. I could, but I just don't want to. Again, I wanna play it safe. Would love to finish the run. Yeah, we're fine. Here we go. Yeah, we're cool. All right, so. God. I was gonna say, don't even tell me that's a double curse. Good grief. All right. Spike shield, no thanks. All right, we're good. What's my least favorite weapon? I'd have to say by default it's either Anathema or Misericord, the two unfinished curse weapons that came out. Mechanics are still, they're not going to get fixed, but the mechanics are janky. It doesn't really play well into a build unless you take the damned aspect, so that's not my vibe. Everything else I'm kind of like 50-50. I feel like I'm 50-50 on other stuff. I can be persuaded. Alright, let me, I know you guys are got a couple more comments in there. Let me just wrap up this little room. Right, straight. I'm not going to use this. I'm just going to get rid of this here. Grab the cells, even though I don't need them. Go back down here. What mic do I use? So it's the Shure MX7, I believe, is the model. So there's newer ones. I think it's an MX Plus. I've had this one for a couple years, but I really like it. Shure MX7. It's really good. I'm not doing the... am I doing the acceptance route? Wow, coincidentally. Great. That's like a great pickup. I already have acceptance, but I'm doing the route. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm sorry. I would have had to go to Promenade to get to the acceptance route, but I am doing Ramparts, Graveyard, Sepulchre, which are the three biomes that have the keys in them. Oh yeah, completely yeah, the synergy is not there. I'm being counterintuitive by taking taking Wave and Point Blank. Yeah, the mythology stuff in Hades, I feel like it was done well. I feel like it was sort of true, obviously true to the not true to form, what's the right word? It was like true to the characters in certain aspects, but they put enough of a spin on it to make it unique. All right, is this a weapon shop? Please, yes. All right, I could throw this in the backpack. Yeah, let's do this, and then see if anything else pops up that I would like. Nah, I don't think so. Nah, we're good. And then what else? We got a food shop that I'm not going to be able to afford anything in. Oh no, I can afford a flask. Hell yeah, we'll do that. It is funny too. I feel like I don't know if problem is the right word, but one of the issues with tactics builds is there are too many good mutations. Unlike survival, I feel like with survival I struggle trying to find something that's gonna fit or something I want. Brutality, I feel like, has some good stuff. You can kind of flex with your build, but tactics has way too many good mutations. I like shrapnel axes. I don't use them a ton, but I think they're fun. I feel like it's the easiest way to use Ripper if you want to take that mutation. That one's not really... I don't think it scales great, and it's not super, super helpful, again, compared to some of the really good stuff that Tactics has, but I like them. It's pretty good. Yeah, what if throwing axes were worse? Legit. Like, for real. All right, so I'm going to take Knife Dance over Wave, since that is actively hurting my point blank. Good catch to the people who are paying way more attention than I am. And then, what do we got? If I can get plus to poison on maybe this. Oh, I don't have that much money. I don't want to. There we go. I was like, I don't want to roll too much. Keep what I have. Spalker will hopefully be pretty quick. We'll see. Yeah, it's mostly shields and health, you know, for the most part. And if you're into slower parrying type styles, like, yeah, you get a ton of options. But if you're not, I feel like it's, you know, depending on where you are. What are we looking at? Necro, Gastronomy, Berserker, Soldier's Resistance. I feel like there's less options. But yeah, if you're just doing a slow parry build, you get a bunch of stuff. Good. Yeah, networking's good too. What do we have, like 74% or something like that? Here's a curse, right? Yeah, I gotta take this. So the reason why I took that is because it gives you a light. So I didn't want to hit the darkness and have to travel out of my way. All right, so now we take it slow. So there's a shop up here. There may be enemies before the shop. There may not be. So let's take a quick peek here. There is not. All right. So we have one path, and I need to be careful. I need to be very careful. All right. There's an elite up here, so this sucks. Oh, it's an elite crab. All right. Let's take a moment. Let's take a moment to gather ourselves. This is a diamond elite. We might be in trouble. So let's see what happens. Nope. Not a diamond elite, which means the crab is going to stay there, which means we can circumvent him momentarily. Oh, boy. All right. Give me a couple bats. Oh, fantastic. All right, we're good. Again, not the smartest decision, but learn from my mistakes. If you can. Try to look down other corridors before taking a curse, just in case. But we're good. We cleared it. So I think Daniel was saying it. Somebody was saying it, that basically if you don't see a second curse before the first door, you're in the clear. So if I don't see another curse here, we should be good for the rest of the biome. Because I think it's an extra, what is it, a 10% chance? 10% chance for a second curse. Oh, that's delicious. Oh, that's so good. Excuse me. Sorry again. I know I mentioned this a couple times. You guys will have to excuse me a little bit. Little worn out. Weather's changing. I'm not feeling super great, so I'm trying to keep off the mic a bit, but apologize if my voice is a little scratchy or a little sniffly. Trying to keep it as trying to keep you guys out of it as much as possible. How about the BT Bam show? I didn't end up going to a BT Bam show. I know we talked about it. I can't remember. I feel like I was maybe going to go, and maybe I missed the date or something like that. I didn't go, but I take it you went. And if you did go, Aska, how was it? Again, I haven't seen him lately. I haven't seen him since Dusty has not been around. But if you went to the show, dude, how was it? Let me know. Dude, enemy density in this biome is fantastic. The music is great. The vibe is great. This is, out of all the biomes that, for like melee builds, Sepulcher and Predator is, I don't want to say it's a automatic clear, because I don't want anyone to feel like if they struggle, you know, that they're less than or whatever. But I find that Predator makes this biome much easier. The enemy density is so thick, you're just popping dudes all the time. You're popping them, you're getting your invincibility. It's fantastic. All right, good. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm not gonna get the 60 door, even though there's a bunch of enemies in here. Based on where I am, I'm getting towards the second key. There's probably a little hallway here, and then the key. Oh, we got more of a bigger hallway. I don't think there's gonna be enough enemies in the level for me to get the 60, which isn't too bad. My boomerang's what are we looking at here? It's a 6. I'd like to upgrade that. I think I'm gonna keep the vibe, point blank networking, armadillo. Oh, I didn't even take armadillo back. That's hysterical, dude. I thought I took armadillo back. That's so funny. Or excuse me, what is it? Acro. I'll take acro after this. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'll get my head on straight. So little bit of optimization. I don't know if that's the right word. Maybe just a helpful tip. So sometimes you take a curse in Sepulcher and I got the 60. Hell yeah. Okay. Never mind. That's fantastic. Sometimes you take the curse in Sepulcher and you run out of enemies. One of the things that you can do is if you leave the 3 and 4 boss cell doors alone, if you're playing on 3 or 4 BC, there's always enemies in both of them. So if you run out of enemies on the map, you can always hop in one of those doors if you are at that level, and you can get rid of them. It's a nice little hack, just in case. Oh, dude, I forgot we talked about that specular reflection. I know we talked about this, dude, but like that is such an underrated BT Bam song, and after they kind of like ignored Parallax 1 for so long, the fact that they're playing it live is amazing. I'm stoked that you had a chance to see that. That's out of control. That is absolutely out of control. All right, so I'm gonna hit this four cell door again. We're gonna see enemies as soon as we come in here, right? Yep. So we got plenty of enemies here. Let's just shred again. Little tactics is definitely faster. What do we got? Ooh, I like this. Get some extra poison synergy in here. I think we lose a little bit of HP, but it's worth it. Look at that. Dodging makes a toxic cloud for sure. Predator does make every biome easier, Bren. 100%, dude. 100%. All right, so let's see. Is this a weapon shop? No, it's a skill shop. I'm going to see. I might just go basic and see if I can grab a Tesla coil or something. So I'm going to go from, here we go. So I'm going to go from Giant straight to Hand of the King, straight to 5BC. And then is there a weapon shop here too? Yeah, there is. Oh, it's down the super long hallway. All right, so let's see what we got. So I actually don't really need my shield. I'll keep it, unless I'm not getting anything I want here. Maybe throwing knives though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pivot here. I'm gonna pivot from boomerang to throwing knives. I will take acro. Where the hell's the door? I'll take acro, take point blank, and then I don't know what I'm going to take for my last mutation. Support, probably. Lantern. Lantern's actually not bad, because I think we talked about it a little bit in Discord. Lantern's not too bad, but I feel like boss is a little bit A little bit tricky. I know Bren experienced that the other day. Yo, Sam. What's up, man? Thanks for popping through. Nice to see you. Hope you have a good day too, man. Always good to hear from you, Sam. All right, so let me re-roll my mutations first, so I don't go for broke. So what I would love, all right, so we got poison on this. I would love poison here. I'm gonna do maybe roll twice. No, all right, and I would love poison here. Oh, that's amazing. All right, I'll roll one more time here. All right, so not exactly what I wanted, but this is still great. So we're gonna do support, do point blank, and we'll do acro. And let's see if we can shred. Let's see if we can shred this dude. Throwing knives instead of boomerang. I really like throwing knives. I like throwing knives a lot. All right, here we go. All right, this. Oh yeah, that's why throwing knives. Oh, I feel like, I don't know, man. I might just be coping here. I feel like the parry timing on those is a little bit off, but it could just be me making awful parrying. Oh, there's another one. All right, definitely gonna heal here. Don't want to lose this. All right, got ourselves a slam. There we go. And then almost, this is gonna kick off the last. Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right, so not my finest moment, but we got through. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Took a couple of stupid hits, but we are on our way. All right, so I'm going to go straight to Hand of the King. Scroll's a little low. I'll hit 30 before I get there, but, you know, I did skip the Corrupted Prison, so it's all right, though. What is the build we have? Yeah, I don't know, man. We got ourselves a shield. I would love to grab for what do you call it? E-whip. I'd love to grab firebrands. Let's see. I'm gonna roll. I don't want to roll too much. I'll roll once here. All right. I'm wasting way too much money on that thing. Yeah, throwing knives is good. I feel like throwing knives is good both as main and support. Generally, I like to have firebrands or something else in my second slot instead of a shield, but it's doing okay. All right, here we go. Dumb hit. Dumb hit. All right. Oh my goodness. My dudes. We are in trouble. I got enough here. Okay. Oh my goodness, dude. Stream fatigue is real, right? Stream fatigue is legit. I've only been streaming for like 2 hours. Doing my best. Oh. All right. Panic. Nice little chunk here. We're going to get ground slam. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's doing good damage. We got a nice little dot there. All right. Again, 2 bosses back to back. Not great. Not great. Not my finest. Not my finest. Oh, Tristan. Yeah, we do have a small Discord. I don't have it open right now. Kostube or Brent, I don't know if you guys are able. If you can you throw the link for the Discord in the chat? If not, I can pull it up. I'm pretty sure if you guys can't see it, I'll grab it. All right, so what are we doing here? We're gonna do, let's do disengage. We're gonna do point blank, and then finally, I'm not quite sure. Maybe gastro. Oh, acro, of course. Oh, also, we are at the point where we're hitting 5BC territory. So if you're not in 5BC, you don't want to be spoiled, you don't want to see the biome or the boss, I'm going to wait a minute, give you folks a chance to peace out and whatever you need to do. But we're moving towards spoiler territory. The head is, I think it's the queen head, right? All right, so I'm going to get in here. Yeah, so it's the queen head with the galaxy outfit. Someone had requested that earlier in the stream. Kiwi, what's up? What's up, my dude? All right, let me see if I can... Yeah, I thought we had one, Bren. Let me just grab one real quick. Excuse me, guys, for 1 second. I'm just grabbing invite link. All right, so this is... I'm going to throw this in the chat. Let's keep it active. I'm only going to be streaming for an hour. All right, so I'm going to generate a new link here. Tristan. Oh, hold on a second. Copy. There we go. Quantity. Thanks for chilling, Tristan. I will hopefully you see the link. Hopefully you see the link. Yeah, sorry, Kostu. Sorry, Brent. I thought we had one available. So, all right, hitting the lab. Here we go. Yeah, Tristan, no worries. No worries. All right, I'm going to close that out, and we're good. All right, so end of the game here. This is one of my favorite biomes for sure. Love it. Love the music. Love the vibe. Enemy variety's fine. It's not too bad. Not too bad. But again, so the way that the shops are here, so you're guaranteed a food shop, which is great. What's not great? Oh my god, I only have $1,000. What's not great? Here it is. I'm probably not gonna have enough for anything. I would like to maybe find an ammo-less tactics weapon. Again, maybe Firebrains. E-Whip. I feel like I keep mentioning those, but they're just both so good. I did take disengage, right? Okay, we're good. I'm gonna roll the dice. Gonna roll the dice a little bit. Disengage hasn't popped yet, and we haven't seen any food either from an enemy or from the wall. So let's see what happens here. I'm gonna try to take this dude out first. Did not. Ooh, sick. All right. My playing is not great, but at the same time, like, it's okay. It's okay. I know I've said this before, and I've posted some runs on YouTube where I haven't won, or I get wrecked or whatever it is. But some days are just not your days, and some runs are a little bit more risky than others. So hopefully I'll make it through, and if I don't, then I don't. I'm having a good time, and I feel like that's all that matters, right? So that's all that matters. Yeah, we popped that guy. We're good. All right, so where's the next key? I'm going to go up in this area here. See if we can either get the next key or shop. Again, my money situation is not good. Both of those rerolls for the mutations took a few extra bucks. All right, so there's nothing here. So let's keep on moving. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to heal immediately. That was a bad combo. That was a bad combo there. I'm going to keep that Seda Stiletto on the map just in case. I might want to dual bind Seda Stiletto and Throwing Knives, even though it's not a super great pair. All right, get some extra health. Yeah, Coast, librarians are brutal, dude. They're not great. I feel like on their own they're not too bad because you can use that wall tech, which I'll demonstrate if we see one by themselves. But once you start mixing in other enemies and all this other stuff, it gets really tricky. Like, yeah, I just saw the librarian on the side there. Oh my god, look at this. They heard us. They heard us talking. They heard us. They're like, you don't like us? Well, we're gonna show up in twos here. So let's see, we haven't seen the second shop yet. So I'd be curious to see if it's a weapon or a skill shop. If it's a skill shop, I'm just going to keep it. If it's a weapon shop, maybe pivot if I can afford it. I mean, again, my money situation is not great right now. Yeah, it's a skill shot. All right, can I... Is this guy going to come through? No, since it's a floor, he's not going to come through. All right. Oh, Kostub, you lost Curse Sword Run because of Librarians? Dude, that is legit. That's so legit. All right, wall tech. There we go. All right, so we got no more potions. I really need to... I need to be smarter here. All right, so I'm going to slow down just a bit. I'm going to slow down just a bit. And we're going to see... We're going to see what we find here. Front line, don't need that. All right, so we got our second key, so we're going to make our way over to the tower. It would be beautiful. So here's the tricky part. Again, I spent a lot of money re-rolling. I shouldn't have. I was trying to get that poison synergy on the throwing knives, and I just spent way too much money. I spent way too much money. So, extra health. Let's take it. So I really got to think. So I don't remember how much the last mutation reroll cost. I think it might have been the 4,000 bucks. So if I want to reroll mutations, I need 8,000. If I want to, what do you call it? A flask. I'm going to need 20,000. So we're going to be, we're at a deficit. We are at a deficit. But like I said, you know, even if runs aren't successful, I feel like it's worth showcasing them, you know. But hopefully we get ourselves a sick win. Hopefully we get a sick win. Oh, there's money I should have took. It's all right. I'll go back for it once we open the tower up here, and then hopefully this is food. Nope. More money. All right, just focusing a little bit here. All right, so there's the food. I'm gonna drop the Tesla here to hopefully... There's the wall tech I was mentioning. You can just run up against the wall, and the librarian will... I think it's programmed to like go where you're moving, so the game thinks you're moving past the wall and you're not. So you can just do that to get a little bit of extra safety. All right, let's open it up. I think one of the most satisfying things as far as librarians go is when you have a giant whistle and you just absolutely punch them right out of the sky. It feels amazing. Oh boy. It feels amazing. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. What do we got? Nope. I grab this. That was poor maneuvering there. I was trying not to engage with those dudes. All right, we got ourselves some more health, so this is fine. This is fine. Again, scroll count's a little low, but Tactics has great mutations, and you can bump things up pretty quickly with like point blank and support all that. So I think damage-wise we'll be fine. Bleed doing some good work there. All right, was this where the money was? No, it's the next one up. So as most of you know, I don't have like an actual stream setup. I don't have anything set up as far as notifications or, you know, whatever it is. The most complicated thing I have is when I start my stream or when I step away and I have the music playing. So if I actually had a legitimate stream setup, I would start a poll or a bet to say, will I make it through? Will I make it through the boss? Will I actually finish this run? So there you go. So post your post your votes in the chat. No offense taken if you don't think I will. I'm actually leaning in that direction myself, but we'll see. All right, so we're good. So I'm not going to take that Status Stiletto. I feel like it's just too risky, and I don't think it does enough damage. Yeah, I'm not going to take this. So we got... all right, so I'm going to pause real quick here. So this is this might take a sec here, but I want to go back and I want to take a peek at what I did after Hand of the King, so that way I can actually see how much my mutation reroll cost me. This is it, right? Did I do it yet? All right, so we got... Sorry, I know this is a little annoying. Here we go. All right, so what did... I just want to see what we did here so I can plan. All right, so that's 4,000. So the next one's 8,000. So, man. So for an unlikely, or I should say an unusual circumstance for me, I am poor. I am poor going into this. So I have 8,000. I'm not going to be able to reroll anything. So let me take a quick peek and see. Burning oil. I'm just going to have to roll with this. So here's what I'm going to do. So I got 72% health. I'm going to take the food here, right? So that will leave me with... Oh, you got to be kidding me, dude. Oh my goodness. You've got to be kidding me. Of course, dude. Of course I get mimicked in the Astral Lab. Like, oh my god, get out of here. Oh, dude. Wow. Where's my food? Oh my god, dude. Where's my food? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Let's see, what do we got? Comfy Amulet. Sim Lance against Librarians is brutal. There's another treasure left and below the stiletto. I already missed. I already recycled it. Yeah, mimics can spawn here, Bren, for sure. Yeah, I've seen him a couple times. I did not expect that. That was that caught me off guard. But good news is no harm, no foul. I would have healed to full with or without the mimic. So that's okay, and we have just enough money for our rerolls. All right, so we're going into the 5BC boss. Again, if some folks were here and they didn't dip out for the biome, you may want to dip out for the boss if you haven't gotten here this far. But this is it. So no money for rerolls. We're going to take our mutations here. All right, so what are we doing here? We're going to do support for sure. We're going to do point blank for sure. And then this is one of the only times you will probably ever see me or anyone else take this mutation, but I'm going to take Dead Inside. We're going in with 22,000 health. This is the use case for Dead Inside. Biomes, not really. Other bosses, middle of the game, not really, but when you're throwing it all at the end of the game, like, that's going to be super helpful. All right, so again, last warning, 5BC boss incoming, and here we go. All right. Ooh, surprise. What does Daniel say? Ooh, who could it be? All right, so here we go. Here's the true test of my sloppy playing. my cold brain and my streamer fatigue. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Yep, damage ain't great. No surprise. But the good news is that, so when I... it's actually pretty decent right there. Okay, so when I get support going and point blank, it's actually really... It's pretty chunky. Yeah, it's not too bad. The good news is that when I parry, I get all my throwing knives back. So at least that way I'm not going to be running out of ammo. I don't need to take the ammo mutation. Okay. And here we go. I'm going to drop the Tesla. Nice little extra bonus. We're good. And then we're not going to drop the flask early, unfortunately. So we got extra room here. I'm hoping I can pop it pretty quick. This should do it. Nope, not yet. Going to roll back and forth to avoid these. This should do it right here, right? No. Dude. Dude. There we go. All right. All right. True test right here. Gonna drop the Tesla. Gonna pop the knife dance. Gonna try to avoid these things. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh, there it is. There it is. Brutal. Daniel, here we go. There we went. There we went, man. Lord, thanks for the good luck. I remind you of your old math teacher. That's sick. That's sick. Rip. Yep. Yeah. So close, Helltaker. Yeah, it's fine. I feel like that first run we did, the survival run, I set myself up better for success. This one, not so much. A little reckless, spent too much money re-rolling. If I was smarter and I didn't spend as much money on things like that, or if I played a little bit better and didn't need the flask from Graveyard, I would have had enough flat money for a flask there. Maybe I should have taken Disengagement instead of Dead Inside. Could have been a good call. Yeah, Burnout. Dude, Burnout Revenge for the PS2 is it's like the best name. That game's sick. That's unbelievable. Oh, man. Feels bad, man. Yep. Uh-oh. Death noise. Yep. There it is. It's like I knew it. I could feel it coming. Right? Oh, man. All right. So that's what we got. So hopefully this was fun for you folks. This was great. I'm glad I had some time to just hop on and chill this afternoon. Thanks to everyone that came and hung out. Thanks for everyone engaging in the chat. Bank would have saved the game. That's really funny. Yeah, there we go. Better stream quality, right? I know I said this before, but it's good to showcase losses, and even if they're not planned, it's good to show both sides of the coin. But yeah, that attack was brutal. It's always the hardest one, and unfortunately, I was right about. So I think after that attack, if I dodged correctly, that would have been when he dropped the flash. So I was like, I was this close. Sam, yep. Yeah, you can get Mimics in Astrolab, both food and weapon shop. There's something, huh? There's something. Lord, yeah, it was a decent run. I feel like I should use that as a tutorial where it's like, here's how you can play smarter. Don't do all these things, right? Plan your mutations better. Don't spend as much on rerolls, etc., etc. Kostub, good to see you too. Happy holidays, DJ Poopin. Same to you. Again, thanks everyone for hanging out. Great to see everyone. I'm going to stream again. I don't know, another week or two, something like that. So hope to see you folks again soon. Yeah, thanks for watching. Good luck out there, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.